It just so happens that the world's most cited economist, Joseph Stiglitz, is in Ireland right now. He served in President Clinton's administration, was chief economist of the World Bank, won a Nobel Prize for economics, and was also one of the few prominent economists who saw this global crisis coming. When I sat down with him this evening, we talked about prospects of a global recovery and an AMA plan, but I first asked him about the plight of homeowners facing repossession. What would the US experience teach us?
We failed. And the fact is that the administration hasn't done what it should have done, which is you need to write down the principal. You owe more than you can pay. The bubble broke. And if you don't write down the principal, you're going to get more foreclosures. The banks are going to be weaker. You can recapitalize the banks, and they're still going to be weaker again. So that is the critical mistake that we made and we continue to make.
But like in the United States, people in this country might be very resistant to the idea of bailing out people who took risks on the property market.
It's not bailing out people, it's the banks having to write down the losses. It doesn't do anybody any good to pretend that the losses aren't there. So what I've advocated is a notion, what we call a homeowners Chapter 11. When corporations get into trouble in the United States, we have a bankruptcy code that allows you to restructure the debts, convert debt into equity, and get a fresh start to go ahead. Well, preserving a business is important because of jobs. So is preserving somebody's home. Throwing them out of a home doesn't do anybody any good.
What we've done in Ireland, this bank recovery plan called NAMA, has bought 77 billion euro worth of loans, overpaid, the government say, by 7 billion. What do you think about that in principle? What does that strikes you?
Well, I think to overpay for these loans is really criminal. Well, I think to overpay for these loans is really criminal. But what you've done is, again, small potatoes compared to the massive robbery of American taxpayers that's happened in the United States. In effect, this is a pattern that I used to see when I was at World Bank. You have these crises, the bankers come in, say that you have to do something very quickly, and basically they rob the taxpayer. And when the crisis began, I just said this is going to happen in the United States. I hope it doesn't. We're not a banana republic. But unfortunately, it's happened in the United States, and it's happened in Ireland, it's happened all over the world.
But governments in Ireland, governments in the United States, there's no alternative. We don't do this, and the whole system collapses.
That's nonsense. That's nonsense. There were other ways of doing it, which is playing by the rules of capitalism, which means what you do when you can't pay your debts, you convert. The shareholders lose everything. You convert the bondholders, become the new shareholders. If that doesn't fill in the hole in the losses of the banks, then, because the government is going to provide deposit insurance, becomes the owner. And then it quickly sells it, or as quickly as it can. When you have trauma like this, you may not be able to do it quickly. But the joke is, we call that pre-privatization. We don't call it nationalization. That's a word that people who are trying to really give money to the banks use to stop the normal rules of capitalism. But the normal rules of capitalism do not provide for socializing the losses while you privatize the gains. That's not capitalism. And if you do that, you really distort the economy.